Where is the love right now?
Hey, what's up? It's Brian here. And in this video, I'm gonna do an analysis and reaction to the song Where is the Love from the Black Eyed Peas from 2003. And honestly, this may seem like somewhat of a random video, but the ideas are tied to the last video I did, and it's a good lead into the series on love that I'm gonna be doing right after this. And I was hoping to put up the music video in this video and do like a reaction to it, but looking up the copyright issues on YouTube, it just seems like a whole mess that I don't want to deal with, honestly, like copyright strikes and all that stuff. So my recommendation is check out the music video on your own. I put a link in the description to it. Maybe follow along as I'm going through the lyrics. And look, if you appreciate the video, click the like button, subscribe, all that stuff. That's always appreciated. And look, for some of the lyrics, I might do it in the tune of the song, but don't expect me to sing the song because I can't sing. So let's get right to it. What's wrong with the world, mama? People living like they ain't got no mamas. I think the whole world's addicted to the drama, only attracted to things that'll bring you trauma. Deep. That's so applicable right now too. The news everywhere right now is so negative. And us as people, we have to be conscious of that. Because the news is out there to make money. They don't always have your best interests in mind. Especially now, in the last maybe 10, 15 years with technology, there's all this competition, right? So sometimes they have to sensationalize the title of a YouTube video or the title of an article to get you to click on it. And it might be misleading a little bit because of that. So look, they might get you all on your trauma, all on your emotions. You have to understand, they don't care about getting you out of those emotions. That's up to you, right? So you really have to take responsibility for that and not let the news get you down. And this is also, the news kind of preys on humans' instinct to feed off drama and negativity too. So you have to fight against that temptation also. And if you're a parent out there too, be conscious of talking about adverse subjects, maybe that the news talks about, with your children. Because if you're not careful and you don't talk about it in a solution-based way, in a positive way, it can bring unnecessary trauma and hurt your child's self-esteem and self-love. So you have to be conscious of that also. So back to the lyrics. Overseas, yeah, we're trying to stop terrorism, but we still got terrorists here living. That's true, that's true. And one thing that I thought of in reference to this lyric is, there's a lot of talk about the issues in the United States right now. Why? Because it's election time, right? Think about that. So after this time period, the news might not talk about inner city violence as much. They might not talk about the education system. They might not talk about racism, like all the hot topics going on. You know, because in the past, maybe the USA honestly has been so preoccupied with other countries and kind of fixing other countries. Well, look, we have so many issues right here. So in my mind, we got focused on the issues here, simultaneously maybe supporting our allies overseas too. Back to the lyrics. In the USA, the big CIA, the Bloods and the Crips and the KKK. But if you only have love for your own race, then you only leave space to discriminate. And to discriminate only generates hate. And when you hate, then you're bound to get irate. Deep. And in the music video to this song, for a second or two, a wheel is spinning, which is a statement itself. So that's like, at least in the United States, probably the whole world, a lot of violence is just retaliation from what's a thing that happened to you, right? Hurt people hurt people. So you have to be conscious of that. A lot of times to break violence, you have to end that cycle. You can't use the excuse that something happened to you to then do it over to someone else. And this is tied in with the last line here. And when you hate, then you're bound to get irate. So a lot of people think you get mad because of someone else and something that happened on the outside. That's true, but you need a combination of things. You need that and something's up with you internally. You have hate somewhere. It might be self-hatred towards you, or hatred to another group, but there's tension inside of you, and then that boils over, and then you get irate. So that's empowering, because that's saying you have responsibility over getting irate. Because if you don't have tension internally, it's never going to be manifested no matter what happens on the outside. So you have to really take that last line to heart, I believe. And then it goes on to say, madness is what you demonstrate, and that's exactly how anger works and operates. Man, you gotta have love just to set it straight, take control of your mind and meditate, let your soul gravitate to the love, y'all. I love that. So he goes into the issues of the media and then anger, and then he actually goes into solutions in the song, right? Focus on your mind and meditate. That's deep. I think self-reflection is the best way to overcome a lot of the issues you're experiencing and figure out solutions to them. So that's really deep. Knowing yourself and going deep into your soul, that's what it's all about. And I go into this in the Raising an Ace video I did with Miriam on mindfulness. And I specifically reference a quote from the philosopher Blaise Pascal that I'm going to show right now. You said one time, all of humanity's problems, Ace, he didn't say A's, but I'm saying A's. A's stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone. So you got to empower yourself to solve your problems a lot of times through self-reflection. Next lyrics from Justin Timberlake, actually. People killing, people dying, children hurting, hear them crying. Can you practice what you preach, and would you turn the other cheek? Deep. And in the actual music video, they show images of sad children too, which is a great statement, and I love that they do that, because this is a great message for right now. No one is focused on the children right now. You know, I just saw the presidential debate, the vice presidential debate. Was education even emphasized? Like, I didn't really hear it too much. No one's focusing about the kids right now. When look, parents, children, education system, that's all a mess right now. You know, partly due to the pandemic, it wasn't even that great to begin with. So I think we really have to go back to that and think, look, how is all this media, how is everything that's going on affecting our children and future generations? You know, a lot of people are just so selfish right now. When I say selfish, I'm talking about politicians and just all people in power. Think about the children and future generations. And that one statement too, practice what you preach. That's so important also. As you all know, there's so many hypocrites right now for sure. So the lyrics then say, Father, 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 help us, send some guidance from above. Because people got me questioning, where is the love? Then the chorus is like, where's the love, 4 or 5 times. So send some guidance from above. So I think particularly right now, finding power from maybe a higher power is important. Or if not that, at least from an authoritarian figure, right? Because I think parenting has a major factor, of course, in a child's life, particularly right now, during adversity, during maybe a lack of self-love, during negativity. Parenting matters, and that's not emphasized enough right now. And look, the fatherhood pandemic, in terms of the absence of fathers in the country, is worse now than it was 20 years ago too. So that's contributing to a lot of self-love being lower and lower, and then a lot of violence too. So if we can kind of like address that through all this that's going on, try to encourage awesome parenting, that's gonna be really powerful also. Next lyrics are, it just ain't the same, old ways have changed. New days are strange, is the world insane? If love and peace is so strong, why are there pieces of love that don't belong? Nations dropping bombs, chemical gases filling lungs of little ones. So deep stuff. And in the actual music video too, they show a clip of a little kid playing a violent video game too. So I think that's something to be conscious of right now too. I'm not saying your child can't play violent video games, but at the very least, monitor it for sure. Next lyrics, with ongoing suffering as the youth die young, so ask yourself, is the loving really gone? So I can ask myself, really, what is going wrong with this world that we living in? People keep on giving in, making wrong decisions, only visions of them dividends, not respecting each other, deny thy brother. Deep. So I love that he doesn't just say what is going wrong, but he also says what is missing that is right, love. So I think that's a really important thing to consider right now. There's a lot of negative talk out there, right? Things that we don't want, but we also need to focus on where are we trying to go? What are we trying to achieve? Which is tied in with positive psychology. And one example with this is racism. There's a lot of talk right now of reducing racism, right? But we also have to consider what is the opposite of racism. We need to emphasize that, right? So there's also a pandemic crisis of a lack of open-mindedness in this world. So if we attack that, and that leads to more open-minded people, you know, the issues of racism and bigotry and all that stuff, that will be reduced drastically. So that's something to consider. And then also the line of people just worrying about dividends, that's so applicable right now, just like it was in 2003, probably more so. So many young people, they're just focused on making money or all these external things, hoping that that will bring happiness in their life, and that's what's important. But that's so misguided, because happiness has to come from the inside, and that's a deeper conversation than right now. But I'm gonna go deeper into how chasing meaning in life, you have to chase that instead of money. I'm gonna reference this a few videos from now as part of my love series. Next lyrics. A war is going on, but the reason's undercover. The truth is kept secret and swept under the rug. Deep. And I think a point with this is a lot of people, they don't even care to search for the reasons why the truth is undercover, right? So a lot of people, they don't even care enough to go deep into it. So I really hope that you watching this just reflect on that. You know, the issues going on in the world and why truth and love is lacking. Really consider that. I think a lot of it has to do with poor parenting, the education system going down, leaders in this country not really, you know, being positive, poor media influences, maybe life itself, all that stuff. Next line, if you never know truth, then you never know love. I had to ponder about this one a bit. I think one point from this is sometimes telling the truth is uncomfortable, but it's the loving thing to do. People need to hear the truth, right? And I think that's what I hope to bring to this channel. Honestly, some stuff might be harsh, it might be controversial, it might be my honest, authentic opinion, but I believe truth leads to love in the end. So I think that's something to consider. Next few lines, where's the love, y'all? Come on. And then someone in the background says, I don't know. And then where's the truth, y'all? Come on. Someone in the background says, I don't know. And where's the love, y'all? So it's deep that they say, I don't know in the background. So I think that's communicating that a lot of people, they don't know, and then they just end there. They don't care to know why love is not manifesting in the world. So I really hope that I inspire you through this video and the few videos after this that I'm going to do to really think hard on how we can manifest love in the world and why it's lacking right now. And maybe throughout human history why it's been lacking too. Because we can always learn from the past also. Love has never been like 100% manifested in the world. But the goal, I believe, is to get it to be as high as possible. And we can definitely strive higher for sure right now. And then the next lyrics are the same ones from earlier. It's the chorus from Justin Timberlake. So people killing, people dying, children hurting, you hear them crying. Can you practice what you preach and would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us. Send some guidance from above. Because people got me questioning, where is the love? Then the chorus again, where is the love, several times. So the next lyrics, I feel the weight of the world on my shoulder. As I'm getting older, y'all people get colder. Most of us only care about money making. Selfishness got us following the wrong direction. Wrong information always shown by the media. Negative images is the main criteria, infecting the young minds faster than bacteria. True, true, true. And this is like what I referenced earlier in the song. The media is just so negative right now. And one thing with this too is we're in 2020. So kids are on their phones right now. And I don't like how so many parents don't monitor their children's phone use, or maybe they even have a phone at an earlier age than they should. Because social media, just all the stuff online is just so negative. And it's going to really infect your child's brain if you're not careful. So Miriam and me, we're very conscious of that with Ace. Of course, he doesn't have a phone now, but as he gets older, we're going to be conscious of that. And we always joke, at least I do with Miriam, in a serious way, that 15, 20 years from now, Ace is going to be surrounded by a bunch of fake, closed-minded people due to what's going on in the world right now and just technology just infecting children's mind. So he might be one of the few rare, authentic, open-minded people left by the time 2040 rolls around. At least I hope not, to be honest. Next lyrics. Kids want to act like what they see in the cinema. True, true. And culture has such a big impact on people. Artists and anyone with influence has a major responsibility right now because kids are seeing you. And you know, I think a lot of artists, especially in music, they're not really taking ownership of that responsibility. You know, like I said in the last video I did, I don't know how guns are still being flashed in music videos. Some music videos, they're promoting kind of your self-worth to be tied to sex or like stuff on the outside. And that's just so backwards to me, and that's really harmful to kids' brains in my opinion. Next lyrics. Yo, whatever happened to the values of humanity, whatever happened to the fairness and equality, instead of spreading love, we're spreading animosity. And that's so true too. So I think Hollywood and just a lot of influencers right now are almost promoting being mean or disrespectful to people. That's almost being celebrated right now, which is just so backwards. I mean, if we're, you know, acknowledging that love is missing in the world, encouraging disrespect and kind of encouraging that to be cool, you don't want to do that, right? You want to do the opposite of that. Encourage love, encourage respect for other people. Next line, lack of understanding leads us away from unity. That's so true too. I mean, right now it seems like a lot of sides are just keen on misinterpreting the other side, particularly in politics, right? Democrats and Republicans, they just trash the other side nonstop, and they're not even trying to understand the other side at all. They're just trying to make up in their mind what the other side is thinking and just attacking them. Because look, a lot of people and groups, they're not even concerned with peace or what's right for the world. They're just concerned with what's right for them, which is so backwards, right? You as an individual, seek truth. Don't be so concerned with being right. Be concerned with growth, becoming your best self. Even if you're wrong, you want to be right in the end. So that's something to consider from that lyric too. Right, understanding other people, that brings unity as a group and unity within yourself. You'll be more balanced, I believe. Next lyrics. That's the reason why sometimes I'm feeling under. That's the reason why sometimes I'm feeling down. It's no wonder why sometimes I'm feeling under. Gotta keep my faith alive till love is found. True, true, true. And I love that last line. Keep the faith. Keep the faith, man. All this negative stuff going on right now, hate in the world, keep your faith. right? We can overcome this. It might take some time, but we can. And first you have to start with yourself. Eliminate the hate in your heart. And then that's the first step to manifesting love in the world. Next lyrics. Now ask yourself, then it goes a chorus. Where's the love 4 times? And then Justin Timberlake, his chorus again. Father, 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 help us. Send some guidance from above. Cause people got me questioning. Where is the love? And then the ending goes, now sing with me, y'all. One world, one world. We only got one world, one world. That's all we got, one world, one world. And something's wrong with it, and something's wrong with it. Something's wrong with the world. Yeah, we only got one world, one world. That's all we got, one world, one world. And I love that they finish it up like that. Because as cliche as it might sound, we really do just have one world. And we just have one life also. So we really got to take ownership of the world and your life. And look, this song was written 17 years ago. And honestly, it's somewhat discouraging that pretty much all of the ideas still apply today. But look, we are where we're at. We are where we're at. So we got to take it. And we got to self-reflect on why love is missing right now. Self-reflect on how you personally define love and self-love. What is the ideal outcome for love in the United States and in the world in general? And of course, there's 7 billion plus people in the world, so there will always be some form of hate or violence. But we as a society, I believe, have to try to reduce that as much as we possibly can, right? Take ownership of that. So like I said, I'm going to be going into a love series in a few days. That's going to be a 5-part series where I'm going to go deeper into how can we manifest love in the world. I want you to reflect on that. And if you support the message from this video, click the like button, subscribe to the video, share the video, and share love in this world.
Share the video, share the love.